It was philosopher Ray Parker Jr. who famously posited that busting makes me feel good. And though out of context that sounds like a cum joke, he was actually referring to the business of ghost busting. However, I would like to offer a counter. Busting shouldn't make you feel good. In fact, it should make you feel bad, because if you think about it for more than a moment, you come to the horrifying conclusion that the Ghostbusters universe is a fucking nightmare. First off, the existence of ghosts should bother everyone. In Ghostbusters Afterlife, the world seems to have forgotten about the existence of ghosts, despite that time there was shitloads of evidence. This memory lapse is probably a coping mechanism, denial of an uncomfortable reality, which if faced head-on would end up with the world tearing itself apart as it re-examined everything about the human condition. I mean, what is mortality if you spend all your life on Earth and after your death you just stay here, visible to other people and in most cases able to interact with the world around you? And then there's the religious questions. As it turns out, you don't go to heaven or hell, you just kinda stay here, often tethered to the place or thing that killed you, or worse, stuck in a loop where you just do your day job for all time. Holy wars, the crusades, jihads, all a waste of time apparently, because it turns out Earth is just an eternal limbo. Somewhere in the Middle East there's a ghost of a Knights Templar just standing in the middle of a field, tethered to the place where he was killed hundreds of years ago by a halberd to the spine, forced to spend eternity standing next to the ghost of the guy who murked him. Well done with all that faith and sacrifice, guys. Enjoy forever in a field. Well, at least things can't get any worse. Oh wait. They can, because the Ghostbusters created a literal hell on earth. The Ghostbusters do occasionally fight the forces of evil, but that's only really for the big ticket items. During their day-to-day busting activities, they're not really judging the moral worth of the souls they capture. After all, technically they're just a fancy form of pest control. So imagine you're an orphan girl in the 1800s, pitched into a hedge by parents who didn't give a shit about you, yet hoped against hope would one day come back for you. But now you're dying of malnutrition in some rundown orphanage, unnoticed because everyone's in the next room singing It's a Hard Knock Life. Fast forward 200 years, and now some property developer wants to turn the abandoned orphanage into an apartment block, but you're still wandering the halls, muttering to yourself how, "Mummy's coming back, you'll see, you'll all see." But you know what? That shit don't sell condos. So in come the Ghostbusters, who cart you off and throw your Victorian waif house into their magical ghost jail, along with every other ghost they indiscriminately capture. Now your soul is trapped in what the cartoon depicts as a fucked Dali-esque nightmare kingdom filled to the tits with all the worst of humankind, as well as actual monsters that you can never escape from, unless of course the EPA turn it off. Which reminds me, being evil gives you power. Most people would say that they are morally good because it feels good to be good, though many only do it out of fear that being an asshat in life will result in punishment in the afterlife. But heaven and hell apparently don't exist, so not only does being good in life not do dick in death, being an asshole gives you magical powers for some reason. The system in Ghostbusters is similar to the light side and dark side in Star Wars, where light side virtues like civic pride give you some power, but really it's sod all compared to the dark side, which is jacked as fuck. Were you a bloodthirsty tyrant in life who butchered people indiscriminately and tortured folk just for the jollies of it? Well, you'd think that in a just universe you'd be in hell, but no, you get to stay on Earth forever, and you have laser eyes now, so have fun maiming people. So there we have it, the Ghostbusters, a universe in which life kind of sucks, death is worse, and our heroes, four out-of-shape people in boiler suits, get to condemn your tortured soul to a hell of their own design from which you can never escape. Who you gonna call? A therapist, probably.